This event is proudly brought to you by ShopRite and Checkers and SABC2.
To you from Cape Town's International Convention Center, this is the 9th annual ShopRite Checkers SABC2 Women of the Year Award. And here is your host, Semi Sabiti.
Hello, and welcome to the ShopRite Checkers SABC2 Women of the Year Award. In this, South Africa's 10th year of democracy, the ShopRite Checkers SABC2 Women of the Year Award is a prominent reminder of the distance that women in South Africa have traveled to reach their goals and make a difference in the broader community. This premier accolade for achievement by women changed in title to honor 9 winners in 9 categories. These outstanding women will share the ShopRite Checkers SABC2 Women of the Year Award title tonight. So, let's begin with 2 symbols that make our hearts go pata pata. multi-SAMA award winner TK, and the internationally acclaimed Miriam Makeba, the recipient of the ShopRite Checkers SABC2 Woman of the Year award in 2001, and a South African icon who has paved the way for SA music worldwide. It is this commitment to excellence that we celebrate in our nominees tonight, selected by a distinguished panel of judges.
Judging the ShopRite Checkers SABC2 Women of the Year award is no easy task. Thousands of entries from every corner of the country must be narrowed down to select finalists in the 9 categories. The responsibility of choosing the 9 category winners and ultimately title holders of the ShopRite Checkers SABC2 Women of the Year award rests on the shoulders of the distinguished panel of judges.
Their vision, their perseverance, their involvement in their own communities, not just looking at self-improvement, but improving the lives of others, making a difference in people's lives.
They all are caring people, that they are committed to society at large, that they would like to see South Africa become a better society, and are willing to use their talents, their energies, their efforts to bring that about.
It's the willpower to achieve. We heard this more than once. You know that if I put my mind onto something, then I'll see to it that I succeed.
They associate with transformation, and the fact that they're taking full mileage of the fact that our constitution in this country, recognizes everybody as equals. I mean, our women have been marginalized for so many years.
We turn now to those women who have moved into the fast lane on the business superhighway. These women have all developed viable, sustainable businesses that have achieved their dreams and goals as entrepreneurs in a very, very competitive world. To present the award in the category Entrepreneurs of Business, please welcome renowned businesswoman, Miss Wendy Luhabe, who is the chairperson of the Industrial Development Corporation and nominated as one of the 50 leading women entrepreneurs of the world.
The first category we honor this evening is business entrepreneurs. These are amazing, phenomenal women who are building bridges for future generations. Women who are leaving their footprints behind. Our 3 finalists for the ShopRite Checkers SABC2 Women of the Year Entrepreneurs category represent a remarkable example of women who are an inspiration in just 10 years of democracy.
There's lots of people living in South Africa, various cultures, and just various backgrounds. And the people that create advertising, the people that create communication should be equally diverse.
Nunu Nchingila is chairperson of Ogilvy Johannesburg and received the Financial Mail Ad Focus Agency Leader of the Year award this year. Her active involvement in the industry serves as a guiding light for youngsters in advertising.
It's not the woman behind the sink any longer bringing up kids. I think it's a woman. I think there's women out there that's making the right statements. We're paving the way for the children of the world.
Bev Moodley Pride is an investment, marketing and communications manager for JEDA, the Gauteng Economic Development Agency. Together with her team, she facilitated 1.5 billion rands of new investments in Gauteng.
I never got a chance of going to school. The only certificate that I had was a baptismal certificate. I'm actually now going for my master's at the University of Pretoria.
Sabina Koza entered the business world in 1988 with 10 chickens and no knowledge of farming. She now produces 150,000 birds annually and has received numerous awards, including Female Farmer of the Year.
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight's winner in the category Business Entrepreneurs of the ShopRite Checkers SABC2 Women of the Year Award is Sabina Koza.
Thank you very much to the big guy upstairs and to all the women around here. I'm a very, very proud rural woman in agriculture. I've been nominated
by the Minister of Agriculture, I benchmarked myself as a drop in an ocean. If really the ocean can recognize a drop, that means that drop is very important. Therefore, it's not Sabina who's winning. To all the other finalists, for us to be nominated, that goes a very, very long way. Woman stands for, W stands for well, and O stands for organized man. So to all the women, it's who we are. Thank you.
The ShopRite Checkers SABC2 Women of the Year Award celebrates the achievements of women of our country tonight. The award honors not just one woman. The nominees in our next category are women who influence the way we think. They have implemented educational systems or programs that have changed the landscape of learning. And here to present the award in the category of education, a woman who has received national and international recognition for the work that she has done for education in our country. Please welcome the winner of the 2003 ShopRite Checkers SABC2 Women of the Year Award, Mrs. Constance Mbowane.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Our learners are our future, and our future is a dream of a brighter tomorrow that all South Africans share. The architects of these dreams are definitely our teachers. The finalists in the education category are...
I've always been excited by this voyage of discovery.
Kelabogile Dilotsohle is CEO of Gauteng's new Saibono Discovery Center. One of the few women worldwide to head up a facility of this kind, this Harvard graduate is a champion in bridging the scientific and technological divide in learners and awakening the scientific minds of the future.
I would like to be instrumental in improving or changing the living conditions of the rural people.
Nomxolisi Matyana has dedicated her career to saving and promoting the valuable commodity that is water. She coordinates the Youth and Water Awards and established functional community structures to manage water resources in the Eastern Cape.
Teaching is more about getting people to understand you and getting them to model after you.
Professor Letitia Muja stepped into a new role as Dean of the Faculty of Health at the University of the Free State this year, the first black woman to head a medical faculty. She believes there is a great need to train black doctors and is passionate about championing women and minority issues.
Tonight's winner in the category Education of the ShopRite Checkers SABC2 Woman of the Year Award is Professor Letitia Muja.
I would like to dedicate the award, firstly, to my late mother and all the professional women of her era who reached the peak of their professional lives in a time where opportunities for women were minimal, if not non-existent. Secondly, to my two daughters, Lesego and Tshepang, who had to share me the special time that I was supposed to dedicate with them, to them, with a quest for me to pursue a profession and make a difference. And to all the young professional women and teenagers in our country, my message to you is, you are living in an exciting era in the history of our country when there is an abundance of opportunities. Women will continue to play a critical role in any community. It is time that we enhance our role by rising, focusing, and utilizing all the available opportunities for the betterment of our communities. Thank you.
Welcome back to the ShopRite Checkers SABC2 Women of the Year Award ceremony. Our next category pays homage to women who have built communities by providing or developing basic necessities, the necessities most of us often take for granted, from housing infrastructure to running water to roads and schools and even churches. And to present the award in the category Community Affairs, a heroine and a mother of our nation, a woman who has shown unswerving dedication to building a nation, community by community, and often person by person. A living symbol for human rights. Please welcome on stage, Mrs. Albertina Sisulu. This category is for Mrs. Sisulu, one of the most important. It honors women who provide the means to a better life at the most basic level. We cannot forget that many people in our nation are engaged in a daily struggle just to survive. Let us celebrate those who continue to make a crucial difference in their community.
Ke nahana hore ke neo ke gift fela ya modimo because le nna ke a tshoga gore why ke etsa so.
Mary Luate founded the Good Hope Community Organization in Winterveld. She cares for abandoned and abused children and now looks after 170 orphans. Mary teaches the youngsters skills from baking, dressmaking, knitting and beadwork and has drawn international interest for her work.
Nna ke rata kudu taba tsa go shuma le basadi.
Maria Millo founded the Makotsi Women's Club in the Capricorn district in Limpopo. Her projects include having built a bakery and creche, as well as providing training in farming, gardening and HIV/AIDS awareness. The club has created jobs for 40 people and reaches out to 35% of the impoverished population.
Na famba imilenge, na ari ku tirheni. Ni fanele ni make sure ku ni reach un'wana na un'wana before ni ta tsandzeka ku famba.
Beka Ntsanwisi is a presenter on the radio station Mungana Lonene FM in Limpopo. Her gospel show is seen as a lifeline for the poor and needy. And despite intensive chemotherapy for cancer, Mama Beka has helped build a bakery and a care center for the disabled.
Africa iphupha kum wathi kwavela umakhulu wathi umakhulu ndizoyifumana operation into efunekayo mandihambe ndonceda abantu.
Nomtunzi Joyce Mali is a faith healer by calling. She has assisted in numerous community projects in the Eastern Cape, including working with prison inmates, supplying uniforms for the local soccer teams and choirs, and furnishing schools and churches in her area.
Tonight's winner in the category Community Affairs of the ShopRite Checkers SABC2 Women of the Year Award is Nomtunzi Mali.
Tibulela kuThixo, tibulela kuShopRite Checkers kunye neSABC2 ukuba ngalemini namhlanje kuthi kwimisebenzi yam phofu bendingafuni inzuzo ngayo kodwa ndiyabulela ngaleli xesha xa kusenzeka oku phakathi kwam ndanombono wabantu abangasekhoyo abalela ukuthula kushukuma amathambo asemakwayini.
Our next category moves into the fast-paced environment of communications and media. Nominees in this category are women who either raised awareness on important issues in the public eye or entrepreneurs who created jobs and wealth through the use of media. And here to present the ShopRite Checkers SABC2 Woman of the Year Award in the category Media and Communications, a woman who has propelled South Africa onto the world stage, literally. Former South African High Commissioner in London and currently the CEO of SA Tourism. Please welcome on stage Ms. Cheryl Carolus.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. The search for the truth is the ideal which the media should aspire to. And the media is indeed the eyes and the ears of the society in which we live today. And with this comes great responsibility. And the women nominated in this category change the way that we literally see the world and our society. And so it gives me great pleasure to introduce the finalists in this category of the ShopRite Checkers SABC Women of the Year Award in the category for Media and Communication.
I always like to think that journalism is not just about reporting a first draft of history, but that ultimately it is about changing the world.
Ferial Hafiji became the first woman editor of a major national South African newspaper when she took the editorship of the Mail and Guardian at age 36. She now reports a 2/3 female contingency in the newsroom and is known for her firm but calm leadership style.
Me being where I am today is actually saying to all the youngsters that stay in my neighborhood in Soweto that it is possible.
Masirami Muyeme, Group Managing Director of FCB South Africa, is active in transforming the landscape of advertising. A chartered marketer and driving force in BEE initiatives, she helped achieve one of the largest equity ownership deals in 2003.
Listening to radio, radio has been my life. I like to be behind everything, to do things behind, but being very, very influential.
Pelonomi Makau undertook the enormous task of saving Valta FM radio station in the rural area of Taung. Having implemented new policies and systems, she increased the broadcasting radius and successfully lobbied stakeholders and businesses for support.
Wow, I wouldn't have wanted to be one of the judges. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight's winner in the category Media and Communications of the ShopRite Checkers SABC Women of the Year Award is Ferial Hafiji.
Thank you very much. If I was blonde, this would be a real Charlize moment. It's such fun. Thank you to ShopRite Checkers for recognizing that while we love to shop, we do a lot else besides. Thank you to those women almost 50 years ago who mounted the stairs to the union buildings and enabled the rest of us to keep climbing. And if I may use the SABC2 sponsorship to thank my mom and dad, my anchor and my compass, and also my feisty, wonderful colleagues at the Mail and Guardian, who turn out a very woman-centered newspaper without having a page 3 girl. Thank you very much.
I'm sure you'll all agree that music is the language that crosses all boundaries. And for a celebration of all that tonight stands for, we've combined the talents of a South African diva, Nia Nell, with a rap artist called Mr. Fass, from the well-known local group Brasafanika.
Raise your voice in love, raise your voice in hope. Everyone must sing, everyone must feel. Feel the music slowly taking control. Feel the rhythm breathing through your soul. Know the time has come for music to join us as one. Feel the music slowly taking control. Feel the rhythm breathing through your soul. Know the time has come for music to join us as one. As one.
Spreading love to my people on earth and beneath us. Thank you very much for investing your trust in nature's fetus. Nurture to baby, compassion you have. The human holy, chosen by new, the one and only. To carry the Messiah through Mother Mary. There'll be no one greater, person of stature. Your love let me smile, and that's what matters. Footprints in the sand gave us direction. We did it, we must have. Don't have a six, I'm eager to mention you and that woman, angel divine. Together, one.
You're back with the ShopRite Checkers SABC2 Women of the Year Award. Now, these awards are brought to us through the collaboration of two giants in the business world, the ShopRite Group and SABC. When government first introduced National Women's Day, the ShopRite Group initiated the award in honor of millions of women of courage, passion and dedication who've been part of forging modern South Africa. Mr. Whitey Basson, the CEO of the ShopRite Group, was responsible for this decision.
Prior to the 10 years of our democracy, which we've just completed, I don't think that women were really given the opportunities of being out there as role models and actually being shown to what they do in the South African community. Well, the involvement for us was something that brought women to the forefront and obviously connected them to ShopRite. In appreciation for their loyal support, we thought that that was a great idea. Predominantly, the complement of our staff would be women. The customers of our group is predominantly women as well. So out of 40 million customers that visit our stores a month, there would be a vast number of women. This is really the premier award for women in South Africa, and which is still growing. We just don't know where it will stop one day. Women have been given a voice, they've been given a profile, they've been given a face, all which is helped by the award that is now in its 9th year. Maybe there will be a lady president one day, and maybe we'll have an award for the first South African woman in space.
Well, I'm sure we're all certainly looking forward to honouring the first lady in space with this prestigious ShopRite Checkers and SABC2 Women of the Year Award. Now, South Africa's healthcare practitioners face many challenges in communities across our nation. These women are, despite many obstacles and often very difficult circumstances, have created programs that bring better health to those in need. And to present the award for ShopRite Checkers SABC2 Women of the Year in the category Health, named a Time Magazine Global Hero and awarded the first Desmond Tutu Fellowship. He's the head of the Treatment Action Campaign. Please welcome Mr. Zaki Ahmad.
Good evening. He's very cute. We only know the true value of health when it is absent. Our country, as it develops and grows, is like a newborn child. Without the systems of health and the people who drive them, our country will suffer. The following women who fight against ill health daily, they ensure that our nation will grow into a healthy adult. Thank you.
For me, working at Soul City has been inspiring because it's given me an opportunity to participate in a project that can make such a big difference.
Dr. Shireen Uzdin is a Harvard graduate, medical doctor and public health specialist who co-founded the hugely successful multimedia health initiative Soul City. The project reaches over 82% of the South African population and educates on priority health issues.
As ek iets sien en ek dink dit gaan werk, dan sit ek alles daarin om dit te laat werk. Ek sal nie sommer laansiepad moet opgee nie. Ek sal alles gee wat ek moet gee.
Joey LaRue is the first woman to be appointed head of 2 Pretoria hospitals. Joey instituted special care packages for mothers-to-be without medical aid and has implemented programs on increasing awareness on breast and cervical cancer.
When you visit that home where there's no parent at all, it touches your heart.
Ruth Mawela is an HIV/AIDS coordinator with the Bethesda AIDS Action Team. She travels hundreds of kilometers on a daily basis to educate and train home-based caregivers and oversees over 1,130 children in mainly child-headed households.
And the winner of tonight's ShopRite Checkers SABC2 Women of the Year Award in the health category is Dr. Shireen Asden.
I'd like to thank the judges and all involved at ShopRite Checkers and SABC2 for honouring me in this way. I'd also like to acknowledge Garth Jaffet, who I joined in 1992 to give birth to the Soul City Project. And lastly, I'd like to say that this award really belongs to all the staff at Soul City. We're a large team of over 50 people, and it's really their collective effort.
Our winner, Dr. Shireen Ustin, is expecting her first child, who is due in a few weeks' time, and obviously couldn't travel to Cape Town to accept her award. I'll accept it for her. The ShopRite Checkers SABC2 Women of the Year Award moves now to celebrate intellectual superstars who bring a new understanding to our universe. The inventors, the mathematicians, the scientists and researchers who boldly go beyond the limits to improve our world. These are women we honor in the category Science and Technology. Our guest presenter is a leading intellectual with a master's in applied mathematics, an author of 4 books. Please welcome on stage Mr. Masabudi Mangena, the Minister of Science and Technology.
The field of science and technology is surrounded by an air of mystery and misunderstanding. The women we honor tonight have worked tirelessly to find new knowledge and ways of understanding. And the finalists are...
Well, I'm a molecular geneticist, and I look at defects in genetic material that cause inherited diseases. I particularly look at inherited heart diseases. I find what I do really fascinating. Science has been a really enriching career for me.
Professor Valerie Caulfield is introducing the world of science into disadvantaged communities through her workshops and kits. She's renowned for her ability to inspire an understanding of the wonders of science.
If people are in the right place, they have that much more opportunity to better themselves and to improve their quality of life.
Dr. Sharon Bierman is a geographer whose research into sustainable urban development has brought her international recognition. She recently received the CSIR Top Achievers Award for her contribution to location and investment decisions in low-cost housing, and her work is used by policymakers at the President's office.
You're never too young, or you're never too uneducated to actually make an impact on your society.
18-year-old Claire Reed is an international award winner for her water-wise real gardening system, where seeds are encapsulated in newspaper. Cutting down water usage by 80%, the innovation won Claire our country's Women in Water Award for its application in rural areas, as its use is not dictated by levels of education, language or financial status.
I don't think science is something you can just go to school and memorize. You have to develop it as you are growing up, touching things, asking questions. Why? Why does this happen the way it is? Why is this blue? Why is this green? Why?
Professor Tebello Nyokong is researching a groundbreaking new cancer diagnosis and treatment called photodynamic therapy. Her cutting-edge work might provide a breakthrough alternative to chemotherapy.
Tonight's winner in the category Science and Technology of the ShopRite Checkers SABC2 Women of the Year Award is Professor Tebello Nyokong.
Thank you very much to ShopRite Checkers and SABC2 for this award. I have to dedicate this award to my students because it's through their hard work that we are now in the process where clinical trials will begin in South Africa for this treatment. I also would like to use the stage anyway to also thank my children through ShopRite Checkers time. I would like to use this award and the chance I have to challenge all the young people in South Africa to go into science and technology, to study maths and science and take it seriously, so that the development of any country is based on its scientific and technological manpower. I would like to challenge all the leaders to develop systems whereby technological development of people can be taken forward to be realistic. We lack that in South Africa, and I have to take this opportunity in front of my minister to say just that. Thank you very much.
The ShopRite Checkers SABC2 Women of the Year Award is vital in recognizing women who positively affect the lives of all South Africans. On behalf of the broadcast partner, the chairman of the board of the SABC, Mr. Eddie Fundi, has this message.
The SABC and its board is proud to be associated with the ShopRite Checkers SABC2 Women of the Year Awards. South Africa as a country is very much concerned about ensuring that women do occupy their rightful place in our society, particularly because they do constitute the majority of our population. The SABC itself is an organization that promotes the advancement of women, and we wish all the women who will be participating, those who will win the awards, and even those who have not won the awards, a very successful future, and we will, as the SABC, continue to be proud and to actively participate in them in the future.
Social services is a very new category introduced this year to pay tribute to those caregivers and volunteers who weave a stronger social fabric. This category honors women who have given generously of their comfort, their support, and valuable time in very difficult social circumstances. The ShopRite Checkers SABC2 Women of the Year Award in the category Social Services is to be announced by the Nobel Laureate and former State President, Mr. F.W. de Klerk, who is unable to be here in person this evening due to a death in his circle of friends.
It is with great pleasure that I introduce to the nation 3 women who have given every available moment of their time, their energy and their talents to make our society a better and a brighter place.
We dared to believe that we deserve more than just the basics, and we've worked consistently against enormous odds, to see that dream was realized.
Valencia Kadali has dedicated the last 20 years to geriatric care. She believes in the right to dignity and care for all the nation's elderly, and developed the City Mission's GH-Rehoboth Age Exchange in Cape Town.
At times I'm just like a person in a dream, and I don't know how, I managed to get all these things done with no money, because I only live from hand to mouth.
Sister Priscilla Dlamini has been a Catholic nun since the age of 15. She converted all stables into a haven for destitute HIV patients in KwaZulu-Natal, and combines traditional healers' remedies in treating opportunistic infections in her patients.
I was a victim of violence in my first marriage because of what I had gone through, and I can identify with other women being caught in the cycle of violence and not being able to break it. This is the passion that I have now to help and to empower other women.
Cookie Edwards pioneered and coordinates the KwaZulu-Natal network of violence against women. She arranges workshops provincially and nationally, and her own home has served as a haven for abused women.
Tonight's winner in the category Social Services of the ShopRite Checkers SABC2 Women of the Year Award is Cookie Edwards. Congratulations, Cookie. We salute you.
Thank you. I think for once in my life I'm speechless because I normally talk a lot. But I'd like to take this moment, firstly, to give God the glory and the honor. I'd like to thank my family, my husband and my children for the support, my parents, my siblings, my brothers and my sisters, my colleagues, my personal friends, and the people that have been a part of my life for the last 16 years working with violence against women. There's a lot of people that stood by me in the 16 years, so I would like to also say that this award is for them and also for the women who are caught in the cycle of violence. Thank you. Women of Africa won't be beaten. Thank you.
In South Africa, sport is a way of life, and ShopRite Checkers and SABC2 Women of the Year Award celebrates this. In the category sport, we celebrate 3 women tonight whose determination and unequaled goals of excellence has put them at the forefront of the world sporting arena. And here to present the award, please welcome on stage the acclaimed athlete, holder of the women's record for the world-renowned and very grueling Comrades Ultramarathon, Ms. Frith van der Merwe.
The category of sport is broad, and women who have succeeded here are outstanding, either for their unfaltering pursuit of excellence on the sports field or have played a key role in changing the face of sport in South Africa. The finalists in this category of the ShopRite Checkers SABC2 Women of the Year Award are:
If there is one aspect that makes you feel the self-worth, it's sport.
Modi Marishani Nyaka is the newly elected president of the South African Handball Federation, bringing this lesser-known sporting code into the limelight. Passionate about using sport to develop the youth, she also provides guidance in rural communities for the United Nations Office on Drug Control.
Golf is a game of life, and life is a game of golf. They run a fine parallel with one another as far as the mental aspects are concerned.
Mandy Adamson currently ranks number 25 in the world in women's golf and played the lowest competitive round in SA Women's Professional Golf at the Nedbank Ladies Masters. She coaches aspiring young golfers and is a role model in the sporting community.
Women in sport do not get the same limelight as the men do. It takes 2 gold medals from a Penny Haynes to get the recognition that a woman should get.
Lindsay Carlisle left her career in graphic design to follow her passion for sport. She has captained the South African women's hockey team 149 times, represented South Africa at the Olympics, and trains hundreds of school children in coaching clinics.
Tonight's winner in the category of sport of the ShopRite Checkers SABC2 Women of the Year Award is Modi Marishani Nyaka.
To my family and everybody else, my friends and everybody that realized that the little bit that I'm trying to contribute on my day-to-day life, sacrificing my family, really is important to you all. Ladies and gentlemen, what do I say more except to thank you all, and particularly ShopRite and Checkers. And ShopRite and Checkers, SABC and South African Airways, did you know you've given me a tall order, and I'm in 10 giving you a tall order to help handball to make it to the Olympics in 2008. Thank you.
Sadly, we've come to the last category in the ShopRite Checkers SABC2 Woman of the Year Award, and that category is Arts and Culture. Whether it is fostering the works of young creative minds of South Africa or expanding the horizons of our artistic landscape,